was an amazing experience.
Everyone's crushing it. I love it.
So I didn't really expect it to be as deep and releasing and as profound as it was. I feel very aligned with SOMA Breath. As time went on, the releases got deeper and deeper naturally, because the work that we were doing became deeper.
There's just something so powerful when people come together in a community, and that's the one thing I love about the SOMA is you can do an individual practice in your own home, these 21-day practices, but to really come together as a group and breathe and feel that support. It's almost like you catch the wave of the person next to you. And as we all began to breathe together, I felt the support of the community holding me up in spaces where I realized I had really been standing alone.
It brings you closer to yourself. It brings you closer to what life is all about. It brings you closer to people that you might never have met.
I've never done anything like that before. But this was amazing. I would recommend this to everybody who wants to just dance, liberate, just be free and enjoy.
A sense of peace, just a calmness that after I do this, that didn't exist before.
Coming to a retreat like this is self-respect. Even if you feel as though you don't love yourself or you don't like yourself as much, if you sign up to a retreat like this, it means that somewhere in your mind and your soul, there is a sense of self-love.
Welcome world. Hello everyone. Hello beautiful tribe. Welcome everyone to another Sunday session. I'm already back in South America in my home after a 14-hour flight yesterday with my daughter, but here I am happy in my home and welcome everyone. So how are you feeling today, guys? Let me know in the chat from 0 to 11 how you're feeling today in this new session. I will say that I'm a 10. I think I'm a 10. Claire is tired. David is a 7. Tired also, Jen. Okay, 4, 9, 5, 4 to 5. Hello, Jay. 5, 5. Okay, so we have a kind of tired audience, which I think is perfect for today's session. We have a 10, Daniela, amazing. Great. And where are you tuning from? Where are you from, people, today? Where are you tuning from? I'm in South America, again in Chile. We have people from Austria, from London, the UK, California, US, France, North Carolina, Portugal, oh, beautiful country. Wyoming, USA, Spain, hola. Norway, yes, Tommy. Yes, from Austin, Dustin, of course. So we have people all over. And again, thank you for being with us again. And I want to know if we have new people that never done breathwork before, never done any experience with SOMA Breath. Is any new? Okay, we have, oh, Gilles, Dawn. Okay, great. We have people, David is new too, amazing. Welcome to the new ones. Welcome to the most amazing breathwork experience that you're ever going to have in your life. Welcome to SOMA Breath. And people in YouTube, please come live with us. You have the link in the chat. You can just click there and be live with us in the Zoom room It will be much more fun if you are with us here. And hello to YouTube world as well. And I want to know if there's any instructors as well. Of course, I can see some faces. Instructors that are already navigating the course, or are you already instructors of SOMA Breath? Please pay attention to this new, because it's very important. So you know that we have a new platform coming in. So from today, you only have access to the new platform, and Monica is going to share with you the link right now. This is the link where you can access now again to your portal. So if you have any issues, any problems, if you don't know how to use it, how it works, please email support@somabreath.com, and the amazing team like Monica, one of the leaders of the support team. Monica is with us here every Sunday in the backstage. They will be able to help you to navigate the course again in the best way. It's an incredible platform. It's going to give a lot of other tools for us. So that is a very important, you guys, for you to be present on. Look after that, okay? This new link. So again, for any assistance, please just email support@somabreath.com, and they will be able to help you. Okay, guys, so today we have a very, very interesting session. Something that I love is the science behind what we do. This is not only, you know, uhu, ihi, shamanic, amazing vibes and, you know, energy and all of that we can actually talk about. And it's true, right? It is true. We have a lot of science behind it. And science, education, knowing what is going on in your body when you're doing this amazing experience is also something that is going to help you to manifest faster. Anything that you want to manifest, health, love, money, whatever you want, because our body is so amazing. It's the most amazing machine that we have to experience our divinity in this world, right? Without the body, without knowing what is going on, what do you need to eat, for example? What do you need to breathe? What do you need to walk? What do you need to do exercises? What happens in your brain when you're doing all of this stuff? What happens to your heart? What happens, right? It's a world within that we never really put more attention or put good attention into that. What is going on in your body? So before I introduce the amazing advanced instructor that we have today, I want you to give one little bit of flavor, sabor, we say in Spanish, that is the music in SOMA Breath, right? So we're going to stand up, or we're going to dance together, because dancing actually is one of the most fun and fast way to change your state, to change your mood, to change your feelings, your emotions, right? So we're going to do that for a very short time, just to, again, rise up. Who knows what we can say? What are we actually igniting when we're dancing? We have a special word for that in SOMA Breath. Someone here knows what we do with that? What are we igniting? What we say, rise up your, what? What? There's a lot of people who knows here. Yes, Daniela, love, level of vibrational energy. That is what we do when we dance. So please, people, stand up and let's have fun for a few minutes together. Just following the music. You can stand up and just breathe in and out through your nose. You can dance or you can shake. You can shake too. Just move your body. Breathing in and breathing out through your nose. If you feel tired, for example, just shake out that sensation and rise up your vibration. Yes.
The rhythm rises.
Rise up our love of vibrational energy. Yes. Again, you can shake or dance, whatever you feel like to. And breathe through your nose.
The hand strike the drum.
Yes.
supply.
Shake, 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 shake.
The heart median sets the skull. Move, spear, and weaken.
So already feeling better? Breathe through your nose. Woo. Breathe in and out through your nose. You can smile. Smile. That will help your brain to feel happier. Yes.
From the earth, the rhythm rises.
Woohoo. Close your eyes. Close your eyes and just move your body. Go within. Feel that heat.
The hand strike the drum.
Shake. Go within.
Echoes of fire. Echoes of life.
Take a big inhale. And hold.
The heart median sets the skull.
Hold.
Move, spear, and weaken.
And exhale. One more time. Breathe in. Hold. And let it go with the side. Okay. Feeling the heat, the sweat. Let's do it again. And let's shake together.
Leave the moon from command. You gotta find the read.
Let it go. The frustration. Anything that you don't want to feel anymore. Tell to your body that you are happy, alive. Breathe in and breathe out through your nose. Yeah. Okay, guys. Small movement. Small movement. Close your eyes. Close your eyes and just stay still for a few seconds. Put your hands in your heart. Breathe through your nose. And then when you feel ready, open your eyes and find a comfortable position to continue with the session. How is everyone now feeling? Better? Yeah, right? Dancing is magic. Dancing is the most amazing thing that we can do to really change. Yes. Hello, Sandra. Regards to you too. Okay, guys. So that was part of the SOMA Breath experience. My name is Claudia Solis. I live in Chile, South America. I'm a master transformational coach, retreat leader, and mentor in SOMA Breath. I'm also menopause specialist. I work in Chile with women, empowering women into the portal of menopause and feel the best ever. And today we have a very special guest, amazing instructor that I hope one day we'll meet in person. I love his voice. Just be ready for the most profound, sexy voice. It's incredible. He's also a musician, an incredible musician, rock and roll musician. I hope that one day I will be able to also be in one of his concerts in Austin. Also, he is very deep how he can guide you through breathwork with that very deep and profound voice that he has. And at the same time, I think that I love the way that they can actually make you feel the magic in the body, the magic that really happens when you're doing breath work. So for say no more, let's bring into the room this amazing instructor, Dustin Alexander. Look at the name, Dustin Alexander. There's nothing more sexy than that, right?
I think it would be funny if I
Welcome.
came on and I had this really goofy voice, just like, "Hello, everybody." Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining this session. 100 people from all over the world just in this Zoom room alone. How amazing is that? And we're going to sync up our breath all together. And what's amazing when we sync up our breath, even though we're in different parts scattered around the whole world, our consciousness will connect together. So awesome, awesome, awesome that you're here. Thank you for making it. Thank you for being a part of this. So today's session, as Claudia mentioned, the theme is the science of what we do. And this was inspired by a study that I recently was looking into where they took female hotel housekeepers or maids and they divided them into two groups over 4 weeks. They had half the group that was informed and they were told that every day that their work counted as exercise and it met for guidelines for an active lifestyle. And the other half of the group, they didn't tell them anything and let them go about their normal work for 4 weeks. And the outcomes were very significant. And the informed group, what they found, there was a significant decrease in weight, body fat percentage, and waist to hip ratio, as well as reduced blood pressure. So this is all just to say that knowing what we're doing makes a big difference and can make a huge boost in the physiological markers of the work that we're doing. And specifically with breath work, you know, if you're not that informed in breath work or may not have heard of it at all, you may just think like, oh, hey, it's this technique to calm ourselves down. Or maybe you've seen commercials where people are hyperventilating and freaking out and like it's advertised as this way to go into a psychedelic trip. Both are true. Both are true. But breath work is so much deeper than that. And we're going to go into that as we're breathing, which I think will be very, very fun. Now, a few housekeeping things, pun intended, that I want to go over before we get into the breath work, some safety things. I want to talk about the window of tolerance first. Now, we're not going to be doing too much hyperventilating or any crazy breathing, but we are going to be going into breath holds. And overall, we're going to be challenging ourselves today. And I want to encourage that challenge because when we step outside the comfort zone, that's where the real growth can happen. So I do want to encourage that. But with the window of tolerance, meaning if we step outside this window of tolerance of what we can tolerate, of what can be, comfortable in a way for us, this can actually re-traumatize us. So we want to stay inside this window of tolerance. It's almost like listening to your favorite song. You want to listen to it loud so you can feel it, but you don't want to listen to it so loud that your ears are bleeding. So that's the way I want you to approach your breath work today. I want it to be fun. I want you to connect, but I don't want you to be uncomfortable today. Too uncomfortable. I want you to challenge yourself, but I don't want you to make this an unenjoyable experience. Okay. Healing is a byproduct of fun and connection. That's what I like to say. So, going on a little bit more about safety stuff, sitting versus laying down. If you're new to breath work, I do like to encourage people to lay down. If you've done a lot of breath work before, really comfort is key here, whatever's comfortable for you. So if you start sitting up and you become uncomfortable, you can lay down, vice versa. So whatever works for you. And I do want to go over the contraindications real quick. So slow rhythmic breathing techniques of SOMA Breath are safe to be used for anyone and can be beneficial for everyone. If you deal with any of these contraindications, refrain from the breath holds and let yourself just fall into a meditative state. These contraindications are severe critical diseases or infections if it impairs your ability to breathe, severe uncontrolled hypertension, usually after a heart attack, organ failure or late-stage terminal illness, if you're pregnant, and if you have epilepsy, a pacemaker, or a regular heartbeat. All this with the exception if your doctor gives you specific permission. Now, I'm going to go over how we're going to do this breath work today. And what's fun about SOMA Breath is that it's so easy. If this is your first time doing breath work, you're in the right place. And what's also cool, if this is your 1000th time doing breath work, you're also in the right place. SOMA Breath is this is made for everyone. Okay, so the way this is going to go, I'm going to play some really awesome music. That music we'll have a rhythm. And in that rhythm will be a count. And we will be breathing to that count. So for example, the first round is in for 4 and out for 4. So to the rhythm of the music, you'll hear in, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4. When you hear in, breathe in through your nose, expanding the diaphragm, almost like you're blowing up a balloon in your belly. So let's try that now. In through the nose, expand your belly. And the exhale is just going to be a relaxing sigh. Out through the mouth. Try that 2 more times. In through the nose, expanding the belly. And out through the mouth, a nice long sigh. Feels good already. 1 more time. In through the nose, really expand that belly. And out through the mouth. Great. The rhythmic breathing will go just like that. At the end of the rhythmic breathing, we're going to go into a breath hold. Now, this is where the real magic happens. We're going to let all the air out from our lungs, and we're going to hold at the bottom as long as we possibly can, stepping outside of that comfort zone. Try to relax as much as you can. When you get that huge urge to breathe, you can't hold on any longer, just take a sip of air in, let it out, and keep on holding, okay? And we'll go into the benefits of why we're doing this while we're doing this, which is very fun. And then at the end of the breath hold, we're going to go into an in and hold. So this might be 1 breath, 3 breaths, or 5 breaths. We're going to take a big breath in, hold at the top, and squeeze our pelvic floor. This is Ashwini Mudra. If you're not familiar with the pelvic floor muscles, these are the perineum muscles. They're called Kegels. These are the muscles around our bladder, our sphincter, our sexual organs. These are the muscles we use when we're on a long road trip and our friend hasn't pulled over for the bathroom yet and we don't want to soil their car seats, okay? These are the muscles we squeeze. These are really powerful muscles. These create arousal and creativity. And who doesn't like those 2 things? Except for the Quakers, but, you know. Anyways, we're going to go into a quick little stretch here. Let me put on some music for fun. In this stretch, these stretches are relatively simple, and the reason why we're doing them is to prepare ourselves for the breath work. Okay, everybody can hear that music all right? Yes, wonderful, all right. So before we go into the breath work, we like to do these stretches so we don't pull any muscles, or specifically our intercostal muscles. These are those little muscles around our ribs. And sometimes if we get a little bit too intense, we can pull these, right? We want to make this a practical practice, a reoccurring practice, a sustainable practice. So we want to add in things so we can do this every day, okay? Now this first stretch and breath is really easy, okay? We're going to tie this in with our breath. We're going to breathe in and arch our backs backwards, almost like we're pointing our heart to the sun. That's what I like to call this, heart to the sun. So breathing in, arching backwards, and breathing out and bowing forwards. And on that breath in, we're going to hold at the top of the breath. We're going to warm up these pelvic floor muscles, okay? So big breath in through the nose, expanding the diaphragm, arching backwards, getting that nice big stretch in, holding the breath at the top, squeezing the pelvic floor, waking up those muscles. And then a slow exhale, bowing the back backwards, relaxing, good, and breath in, arching, holding, squeezing, and then breathing out, relaxing and bowing, really waking up that spine and the chest and the shoulders. Here we go, 1 more time, big slow breath in, expanding the diaphragm. Big chest, big wide shoulders, squeezing the pelvic floor. And then slow exhale, bowing, relaxing, wonderful. This next stretch is called the good morning stretch. Just like when you wake up in the morning, you stretch up and you lean a little bit left, lean a little bit right, but we're just going to be tying in our breath here. So real simple, just exhale all the air from your lungs, and then big breath in, stretching up, holding at the top, flexing the pelvic floor, And we can lean a little bit left, a little bit right. Nothing should be too uncomfortable here. Just stretching out the sides of the ribs and the armpits. And as we slowly exhale, we're going to come down into prayer. Good. Breath in, stretching up. Hold, squeeze, flex, and stretch. Lean left, lean right. Open up the ribs. You can lean back and forth. You can move in a circular motion, whatever your body is calling to do. Wonderful. And slowly exhale. Down into prayer. Slow, slow exhale. Really slowing everything down. As we slow our breath, our nervous system slows down. We become calmer. So one more time, big, slow breath in, reaching up. Holding at the top, squeezing, flexing, stretching. Good, and slow, slow exhale down into prayer, slow as you can. Wonderful. And this last one is my favorite. Call this the channel clearer. This will wake up our body, expand our blood vessels, expand our minds, okay? This will be really simple. Back straight, sitting. And we're going to take 3 quick breaths in and out, in through the nose, out through the mouth. On the top of the 3rd breath, we're going to hold. Really squeeze that pelvic floor, and then I'll guide you through the rest, okay? And if this becomes too intense, you become too lightheaded, remember you have control. Your breath is the control to your nervous system. So if this becomes too intense, you can slow your breath down. But what I like to do is tuck my chin at the top of the breath so I'm not pushing up too much blood to my head, okay? So 3 breaths in and out really quickly, holding at the top of the 3rd. Exhale all the air from your lungs. Shh. Big breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. In and out. Last breath all the way in. Fully filling, holding at the top, squeezing the pelvic floor. Now compress your belly button in towards your spine, almost like you're trying to press energy up your spine. And you can even roll your eyes up to your 3rd eye, this pineal gland, so rolling up in between your brows. And before you exhale, relax your body. And then slowly exhale as you even deeper relaxation. Shh. Okay, just like that. Y'all did awesome. Here we go. 3 breaths in and out. In and out. In and hold. Hold and squeeze the pelvic floor. Compress the belly button in, driving this energy up, rolling the eyes to the 3rd eye, holding here. And before you let go of your breath, relax your body, let the energy come back down. And then slowly exhale. Okay, last time. Here we go. Make these the 3 biggest breaths you've had today. Okay? In and out. In and out. Last one in. Really fill that belly into the chest. Hold at the top. Squeeze the pelvic floor. Compress the belly button in. Up and up and up. Roll your eyes up to the 3rd eye. Relax your body. And slowly exhale. Wonderful, my friends. We have arrived. Let's get nice and comfortable and prepare for this breath work. We're just going to do 2 rounds here. 2 rounds of breath work, but it's going to feel like 5 minutes because we're going to have so much fun. So get yourself in a nice, comfortable spot. And we're going to close our eyes. For this session, we're going to give a lot of reasons why we do things. The reason why we close our eyes is we're shutting down the distractions. We're moving inwards. We're moving into meditation. Now, meditation can be summed up in two ways: interoceptive meditation and exteroceptive meditation.
Part of the different techniques like you will do.
And that's a really fancy way of saying we're focusing inwards and we're focusing outwards. So let's start with focusing outwards. Really easy one. Let's listen to the music. Focus on the music as deeply as you can. What are you hearing? Hear the little details. And if your mind wanders, that's great. Just bring it back to the music. This is like doing a rep in the meditation gym. One rep. Bringing yourself back to the music. Back to my voice. What are you hearing? If you get distracted, if your mind wanders, bring it back to the music. Simple meditation, right? Now, an interoceptive meditation is focusing inwards, something that belongs to us inside. And I'll give you a really easy one, your breath. Don't change your breath. Just focus on your breath. Focus on the little details. Cool air in, warm air out. Maybe the feeling of expansion on the inhale and decompression on the exhale. Now, there was this scientific study on these two types of meditations, and what they found is that whichever one was more difficult for someone, so if it was more difficult for you to focus on the music, or if it was more difficult for you to focus on your breath, whichever one is more difficult has the most benefits. Benefits being mental clarity, and the benefit of being able to focus deeper. So whichever one was more difficult for you, the music or your breath, let's just focus in on that just for this moment, just for a few seconds. Your breath or the music. No wrong answer here, just tune in. If your mind wanders, bring it back. That's one rep in the gym mind. All right. Soon we'll be moving into a rhythmic breath. This will be in for 4 and out for 4, and this will be nice and slow. So I want the inhale to last that whole 4 seconds. So what I want to encourage you to do is inhale through your nose as if you're trying to smell something beautiful, like a flower. That slow inhale. We don't sniff flowers like this, right? Just a slow inhale. And the exhale's just a sigh, a okay? Just like that for the rhythm. No pause between the inhale and the exhale. 4 breath. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. In through the nose, expanding that diaphragm, and out through the mouth, relaxing and sighing out. Slow, sensual inhale and relaxing on the exhale. What's happening here as we breathe is called coherence. Our mind is connecting to our body. Creating a synergy within. Our mind and our body working together as a team. This perfect rhythmic breath. Everybody all around the world inhaling and exhaling at the same time. You're doing great. Relaxing, letting go on that exhale. Breathing in nice and slow. Letting go. You feel that? Feel your body sinking in. This change. Blood is flowing in this beautiful way. Your heart is slowing down. Your blood pressure is going down. Everything is connecting and firing on this beautiful level. Creating science within our body, tapping into the miracle of what is possible with just our breath. And letting go. Feel the change. Can you feel the shift? As if a fog is clearing with every breath. And as we breathe like this, it's preparing us for the breath hold, preparing us for the challenge ahead. So start taking a little bit bigger breaths. So we're exhaling a little bit more and inhaling a little bit deeper. That's right. A little bit deeper. And let go a little bit more. Last couple breaths, make them nice and big. Good, and final breath, all the way in, fully filling all the way to the top. Hold at the top for just a moment. Feel this expansion in your chest and your shoulders. And before you exhale, just relax your body fully and exhale slowly, relaxing even deeper, 15% deeper, 25% deeper, 50% deeper, 75, 100%. Fully relaxed, holding at the bottom. Relaxing the jaw. Relaxing your face, relaxing your shoulders, relaxing your belly as if you're sinking into the ground. Like wax melting off a candle. And the miracle happening within right now is called the Bohr effect. This happens when our CO2 rises and our body responds by absorbing more oxygen. Okay? So right now your body is literally healing as you are holding your breath. And if you need to breathe, just take a sip in, let it out, keep on holding, pushing a little bit beyond the comfort zone. The more we relax, the more we're telling our body and our mind that everything is okay. I am just here for the challenge. I am the calm in the chaos. I am the eye in the storm. What's amazing is that right now, as our body is taking on all this beautiful oxygen, releasing it from our hemoglobin and our red blood cells into the cells of our body, we can now flood it with oxygen, flood our whole body with oxygen. And we're going to do that by taking those same 3 breaths in, holding at the top of the third. Okay, and we're going to do this on the count of 3 all together. All 108 of us all around the world. 1, 2, 3. Big breath in. Big breath out. Big breath in. Big breath out. And last big breath all the way in. Fully filling, hold. Squeeze that pelvic floor, waking up those arousal centers, waking up the creativity, squeezing up, compressing our belly button in, moving the cerebral spinal fluid up higher and higher until it meets our third eye, rolling our eyes up to the pineal gland, this place of intuition, this place of foresight, flooding it with oxygen and blood, flooding it with the life force to awaken it. Good, and relax your body. Before you exhale, relax your body. Let that energy come back down. You can actually visualize this light coming back down, and then slowly exhale with that light dropping down. Good, and some gentle recovery breaths. Can you feel the shift? Can you feel the change? where do you feel changes in your body right now? And what are those changes? Take note. Right now, we are our own scientists studying our own body. Wonderful. This next round, this will be a 2-2 breath. This will be a little bit quicker. This will awaken the autonomic nervous system, awaken our immunity. In for 2 and out for 2. Here we go. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Expanding the diaphragm and relaxing. And sighing it out. In, 2, out, 2, 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 in, 2, out, 2. Each breath, you're creating harmony between the body and mind, syncing all our nervous systems together all around the world, creating unity, coherence, creating a ripple effect. All our nervous systems, all together, are always tied in together. If we can bring our nervous system down, if we can become a calmer, more focused person, those around us will become calmer and more focused. We will become the change in the world. Breathe in this harmony and let it go. We're bridging our primal instincts with our higher awareness. Breathing the body and brain into this alignment. As we get closer to the end of this round, start building momentum. Start breathing a little bit more in and start letting go a little bit deeper. This is shifting the pH balance of our blood, becoming more alkaline. What triggers our body to breathe is that acidic level of our blood rising. So if we become more alkaline, we prepare ourselves for the breath hold. So breathe like you mean it. breathe as if you're stepping into this challenge with your whole body. It's time to fill your cup, my friend. It's time to make the shift within. Breathe like you mean it. Here we go, final breath all the way in, fully filling. Holding at the top, squeezing the pelvic floor. Good, and relax and slowly exhale. Holding at the bottom, relaxing your body as deeply as you can. Even deeper, 10% deeper, letting go. Shoulders, face, jaw, your hips, fingers, whatever can loosen up in this moment. Let it go a little bit deeper. And you know what to do here now. We're stepping outside this comfort zone, and when we can no longer hold our breath any longer, we take that sip in and let it go. But what is happening here right now in this space is something called hypoxia. This is a mild hypoxia. This is a beneficial stress that we are inducing within our body. This is equivalent to high elevation training. We're lowering the oxygen level in our body, and our body responds by producing more red blood cells. It triggers a release of EPO. This is a performance-enhancing drug that athletes take. And we are creating this in our body right now in this moment. This also stimulates stem cell release, healing our body in this moment. Can you feel it? And even more magical, this decreases something called monoamine oxidase. Now, this is an enzyme that breaks down dimethyltryptamine, DMT. This is a natural psychedelic that happens within our body. And as we hold our breath, as we sink into this breath hold, this DMT can be released in our body, giving us vision, giving us insight, giving us ideas, letting that all come forth. This also enhances our resilience and tolerance to this physiological stress. Every time we go into this breath hold, we are training our body to become calm in chaos. This is a built-in evolutionary response. What vision is coming forth for you right now in this breath hold? What's coming up in your mind? And if you want, we're going to breathe into this 5 breaths, holding at the top of the 5th. On 3, 1, 2, 3. Big breath in, big breath out. Big breath in, big breath out. Big breath in, big breath out. Big breath in, big breath out, and last big breath in, holding at the top, squeezing the pelvic floor, tucking the chin, moving the belly button in, rising this energy all the way up, opening the blood, moving throughout our body, moving the cerebral spinal fluid up to our mind, clearing our mind, flushing our pineal gland with blood, opening our intuition. Be present in this moment. Be present for the shift and the change and the magic that is happening within your body machine right now. Relax your body and slowly exhale, coming back down. Return to a gentle breath. And take note. Take note of the change. We are the scientists studying our own body right now. Where do you feel the shift? What does it feel like? You don't even have to give it words, just focus in. Focus in on the sensations, the tingles. Focusing on what your mind has shifted to. We're going to end this session with one very, very scientific practice. The practice of gratitude. Now, that may not sound scientific, but this has been studied very deeply, and the benefits are undeniable. Gratitude activates our pro-social circuits. Also decreases fear and defense responses. It lowers inflammatory markers and supports cardiovascular regulation. Just by a thought of thank you. Thank you for this moment. Thank you for this shift. Thank you for this breath. Thank you for this life. Even though it may not be perfect all the time, I am so glad I'm alive. I am so glad I have a roof over my head, headphones on my ears, listening to great music, food that I can eat. And if you're having difficulty finding that gratitude, think about your life without these things. It comes really quick. Don't wait for deep loss to become grateful for what you have right now. Don't wait for deep loss to be grateful for what you have in this very moment. Now, something strange about this scientific study on gratitude that I thought was very interesting is that the most impactful form of gratitude on all these physiological markers that I just mentioned, so the most impactful was receiving gratitude. How often has somebody thanked you in your life and you just brushed it aside? That was a moment that we could have benefited. Every time somebody tells you thank you, they are healing you. And every time you tell somebody thank you, you are healing them. So in this moment, can you remember a time where somebody saw you for who you were and were grateful for what you were doing or who you are? Can you recall that moment? Can you turn that volume knob up a little bit more on that feeling that's coming up? Because right now you're healing your body, just focusing in on this. It's happening right now. Can you feel it? Thank you. Thank you. And one last piece that I thought was very interesting in this study is that even listening to a story of somebody receiving gratitude, the same exact benefits happened. So let's just make up a quick story, okay? See where this goes. Mark is driving to a very important meeting, and on the way to this meeting, he gets a flat tire. Feeling very frustrated and very stressed that he will not make this meeting, somebody pulls up, a stranger pulls up and helps him replace his tire. And without asking for anything and just receiving that gratitude from Mark says, "Oh my God, you don't know how important this was for me. I almost missed my meeting. You don't know what this means to me. Thank you." Now, can you imagine this stranger driving away, feeling good, that great feeling of, "Oh my God, I helped somebody out, and now I feel good." And if you can focus in on that sensation right now, you are healing your body. Right now. And I'll end this by saying thank you. Thank you for showing up today. Thank you for being open to this practice of breath work. It is not just woo-woo, witchy work here. We are doing real amazing things, not only for ourselves, but for every single person around us. So just by you showing up today, you have made a difference in this world. And you've made a difference for me, because this is what I truly love doing. And I love dropping into this space and playing music for you guys and breathing with all y'all. So thank you. Thank you so much for showing up today. You can start to come back. Take your time. Take a stretch, take a sip of water, whatever you need in this moment. If you liked what I did today, if you enjoyed my work, we have a SOMA Breath app where you can breathe with me regularly. And my next session, believe is November 14th, but I'm usually on there 2 to 4 times a month. And you can breathe with me regularly there. So join the SOMA Breath family if you haven't already.
Yes.
And let's keep breathing together. Thank you,
That was
Claudia.
amazing. There's so many amazing testimonials already. Fantastic. So grateful for my next breath. Thank you. That was awesome. Amazing. This has been amazing. Thank you so much. I feel light and free. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. It was amazing. Thank you. So many thanks on hearts. Deeply touched by the profound gentleness. Yes, I told you, it's the most amazing voice. I want to stay in this space. This was my best session yet. Amazing. I'm in tears of gratitude. Thank you, my friends. Oh my God, so beautiful. Thank you, everyone who is sharing amazing testimonials. And every one of you wants to be or want to say something to Dustin, just please click in the hand icon and I can bring you into the room if you want to share an experience or if you have any just science question, right? Something that we love to answer as instructors. I love when people ask me something about science. Thank you. Awesome. Much gratitude. How wonderful, different. Love it. Thank you. Thank you, Dustin. Thank you so much. You've touched me in a way like no other, Dustin. Amazing. Thank you from Estonia. I feel amazing. I feel more in connection in myself. Beautiful. Perfect voice. Yes, Julie. Perfect voice for leading breathwork. What a wonderful gift. Thank you. That was truly amazing. Much love for Dustin. Yes, this was amazing session. Again, if anyone wants to be with Dustin now, we have a few minutes. If you want to share anything with him, just please click in the hand icon or just I can find you if you text me in the chat. Thank you, Dustin. Beautiful. Much love. And sometimes these sessions are so deep that we don't have words or we just want to stay in that state of I need to find out where I'm going, what I am. Maybe you had to travel to another space and planet. Sometimes that happens to me too. Thank you, Dustin. Beautiful. I appreciate all the knowledge of what happens in our body. Can you tell us, Dustin, maybe a little bit of your story on if we talk about the science? Like I can say in my own story how I hacked menopause using breathwork. How breathwork was in your life something that you can actually do it in a daily basis that you feel that is giving you more healthy, you feel more healthy or bring you more awareness into your daily life?
Yeah, I love this stuff. This is what I love digging into. And I have a few instruments here that I track all my physiological responses to breath work. So I'm tracking my heart rate. In the moment, I'm tracking my resting heart rate. I'm tracking my HRV, which is heart rate variability. So I'm tracking my pretty much that's my recovery score. So knowing like, oh, how hard can I work today? How hard can I work out? How much stress can I take on today? And so I've noticed, and I started doing this in the beginning of my SOMA Breath journey, so 5 years ago. And the first thing that I noticed that was so glaring is that my resting heart rate went from 75 beats per minute to 47 beats per minute. Now, I'm a 40-year-old male. It's not very common for a 40-year-old dude who is not an elite athlete to have a 47 BPM heart rate. So essentially what this is telling me is that I'm going to live and be young for a very long time, and I'm very grateful for that, and I feel great. Also, I notice my HRV scores are much, much higher, so I'm able to work out harder. I'm able to recover faster. My immune response is much better, so I almost never get sick unless I'm traveling to a crazy country and drink the water. But yeah, I mean, it's really across the board. And the biggest thing I would say, looking past all the physiological benefits, and this is the most important, it's how I talk to myself in my head. That is the most important. The most important thing in life is how you talk to yourself. That's what I truly believe. And I noticed something about 3 years ago. I don't know what it was. Maybe I was just sitting and meditating and I was like, I'm so much nicer to myself. I'm so much nicer. And it's spending this time and it's sitting intentionally and shifting intentionally my consciousness. Where are my conscious thoughts? Where is my focus? And if I'm sitting in the quiet or listening to music or doing breath work, you're very aware of your thoughts and where they're going. And if they start to shift into things like maybe some self-doubt, maybe, usually and I'm sure a lot of us have experienced this, it's the voice of our parents, right? Talking down to us. I know I have a lot of experience in that. And that was through most of my life. I had that voice in my head telling me I wasn't enough, telling me I was too fat, telling me that I wasn't going to make it, telling me that that it was a waste of time going to college, all of these things, in my head. And those things have completely shifted. I am so extremely kind to myself. And really, what that means is that I'm able to be kinder to people around me. I have a deeper sense of love to the people around me. And this is all with just breath work. This is all with just doing what we did today, sitting down like this, just about every day. Sometimes I miss days, but those are the big things that stand out for me. And I know that's a lot, but I could go on all day in the shifts that have happened for me all day. Also, I'm a free diver now. I used to be terrified of the ocean. Now I go free diving when I go to Hawaii, Big Island, Hawaii, most dangerous place in the world to go free diving. And that's where I go free diving now as a person who had an ocean phobia. And that's all through the power of breath work.
That's amazing. We have a question here. Why can I hold the breath for a long time? Why can't I get the feeling of fear, panic after 10 seconds holding the breath?
Yeah, this is totally normal, especially if you're new to breath work. Holding your breath, if this is not something that you're used to, this is the rise of CO2 in your blood naturally creates a feeling of discomfort and panic. And I'll tell you, you take the strongest, most fearless person in the world and you hook them up to a tank feeding them CO2, they will be full of fear and full of discomfort. But here's the beauty in doing this, is that even though you're feeling fear and panic, in this moment, you're just in your room by yourself in a completely safe space. So keep on remembering that. And this is your ability to practice stepping into that fear, stepping into that panic. So when something really does happen and the shit hits the fan, and normally you would panic, if you have a good practice of sitting with this panic, sitting with this fear and being used to it and training in it, then you're going to be the calm mind. You're going to be the tactical thinker in the room. There's really nothing more beneficial than that. You'll become the most valuable person in the room when everything goes to hell. So don't worry about it. Don't let that slow your practice down. In fact, let that encourage you. There's so much work to be done here. And you don't need to push it so far that you're making yourself panic and fear all the time, right? This is a practice. Yes. Our body will shift. Our physiological body will shift as we do this practice, and you will become a more powerful, more fearless human being.
Yes. And we have Daniela that asked, I used a monitor last time doing breath work and was worried that my heart rate went below 31. Is that okay?
Well, I have to ask, what were you measuring it with? So if you have a finger pulse oximeter, those aren't the most accurate way to measure your heart rate. So your heart rate might not actually be 31. What happens is your blood pressure is lowering. So your heart rate monitor is not able to read your heart rate as easily. This is a good thing. Your blood pressure is lowering unless you have, chronically low blood pressure. But if your blood pressure is lowering overall, this is a good thing. So yeah, I just have to ask, what instrument are you using? I am able to drop my heart rate that low. But I've had a lot of practice doing this, and this is a good thing. If this is new for you and you're dropping that low, I would say, like I said, pay attention to what you're using, maybe get a better heart rate monitor if you're concerned about it. But I would, just the finger monitor. Yeah, I have a really high-end version of the finger monitor, and I was even testing it with some friends last night, and it was actually reading my friend's breath rate double. So he thought he was at 160 BPM when he was really at 80 BPM. So this is normal with the monitoring. What devices are you suggesting for monitoring? Well, it's really hard. It's really hard to find high-end devices without going into some really high-end scientific equipment. A really good one is the Polar, I think it's the Polar H10 chest strap. And that works really well. So that's connected to your chest, okay? And that's getting a little bit better of a reading than something connected to the tip of your finger. So remember, if you're getting closer to the heart, you're going to get a more beneficial reading, a more clearer reading.
Yeah, and also I have to ask to everyone here, why do you want to know that? Why do you want to have that number in a machine? This is just as a woman approach probably. Like I know that men really love data, and you are so analytic. But what is the purpose? What is the reason that you want to? I can tell you that if you can hold your breath 45 seconds, you're already doing amazing work. If you cannot hold your breath more than 20 seconds, then you have probably an issue with inflammation and oxidative stress, and you need to train your C2O tolerance, right? Because of course, we had a lot of things happening in your life. If you're navigating aging, if you're navigating menopause, if you had a baby, if you are overwhelmed with stress, there's so many things that can really make your breath hold worse. Even one day to another, I can be maybe today holding my breath for 50 seconds, and tomorrow I will be holding my breath for 30 seconds because I didn't sleep, for example, or I slept bad, right? So I want to say why. What is the reason? Don't get too much in that data, in my opinion. Just follow your guts, your intuition, and if you can hold your breath more than 45 seconds, 50 seconds, even 1 minute, that would be amazing and great for anyone here who can do that. So also, we have a very good question here, Dustin. It says, does breath work help with pain within the body? Is there a science, and does it release fascia?
I don't know about it releasing fascia, but I will say it is a great
Fascia,
pain.
sorry.
Yeah, it's okay. I love your accent. Don't change it. Don't change it. It's beautiful. I don't know too much about the fascia. I'm not a body worker in that way, but it does help with pain within the body. I know, first off, just from the feedback that I've gotten from a lot of people, and also the feedback within myself. I have 3 herniated discs in my back from car accidents and Brazilian jiu-jitsu and headbanging on stage too much. But I will say I live a life of relatively no pain. And what I would say as far as the physiological responses or what's happening here, usually pain is related to stress. So your cortisol levels, right? So if your cortisol levels are high, that causes inflammation within your body. Inflammation causes pain. Okay, so if we're able to lower our cortisol levels through breath work, through meditation, through slowing our breath down, this will lower our cortisol levels, this will lower our inflammation, and will lower pain almost immediately. And also there's a whole Joe Dispenza view on this thing where he believes something like 80% of back pain is all in the mind. Okay, so if we're able to reprogram our mind and the way we think, we can actually change and shift our perspective in a way that will take care of our back pain. Now, in my experience, I still deal with back pain sometimes. Listen, life gets stressful. Sometimes we work a little bit too much. Sometimes we go through a breakup, and this can cause our cortisol levels to raise, and we're going to deal with more pain. But I will say you can help curb this by doing breath work every single day. So that's my response to that.
That is every single day. Someone asked that you can do this every single day, a daily dose for 20 minutes with rhythmical breathing and intermediate hypoxia in between every single day, and your life will change, believe me. And also something that I have to say about the pain. Remember that we have a beautiful nerve that we call the vagus nerve, right?
Yes.
That across our whole body. And what we do when we use our diaphragm, and that is why we're always going to say breathing in through your diaphragm, breathing in through your nose, right? The diaphragm is actually activating that nerve in your body that is connected with the pain sensors, some source. And also it will activate your guts. And remember that we also produce serotonin, for example, from our guts, that it will help also to release pain. And about fascia, remember that is water. It's a lot of water in the fascia. So your immune system and your endocrine system will be triggered and activated with breath work. That will help as well to be more flexible with fascia and even produce more connectors. And I work with this a lot in the hip, usually women has a lot of things in the hips and a lot of limitations, and it's beautiful when you, for example, use the longer exhalation that you can learn with Dustin, for example, in his session, and you exhale very long, like for 8 or 16 times. When your exhale super slow, then you're activating that power within to get out of pain and also, get better with the fascia intelligence, because it's not intelligence, it's beautiful. Yes. Okay, so I think that we can be talking with this for hours, guys, because that science behind is amazing. Someone asked about the reference. So stay tuned. I don't know when Niraj book is coming out, but I can maybe you can help me also, Dustin, but I can recommend you 2 books. Breathe, sorry, from James Nestor, one book that is fascinating, the science behind. The second book that I can recommend you is The Oxygen Advantage from Patrick McKeon. It's more technical. I will say that Breathe is a more easy book to read. It's a very fun story how James getting to know how bad it is to breathe through our mouth. There's a lot of science behind that too. But there's a lot of books that you can find actually. And again, like Dustin said in the beginning, only about your breath. I'm reading now a book about mitochondria, and it's blowing my mind how breathwork and intermittent hypoxia is going to help me to live 100 years, because I want to live 100 years. So if I want to be 100-year woman, I need to breathe correctly and breathe well. Okay, so I can write it down. Yes, this Breathe. This is James Nestor, and Oxygen Advantage.
Those would be the 2
how.
books that I would also suggest.
Yeah.
Those are like the go-tos. A little bit of a a little bit of a side path if you're like me and you're into martial arts and Brazilian jiu-jitsu. The best martial artist who has ever lived, Rickson Gracie, wrote a book all on breathwork. Just even more evidence of why breathwork is so important. The most powerful, amazing tactical warrior that has ever lived has written a whole book about it. It's called Breathe, A Life in Flow, and that's by Rickson Gracie. So that one is really, really awesome. He's a very powerful yogi, as well as the most amazing fighter who's ever lived.
Yes, and also you can go to the SOMA Breath web and read about the Cambridge study. That Cambridge is studying the 21 Days Awakening Journey program with Niraj, and they're showing how the brain is changing while you do breath work. So it's so many things that you can actually research and read. But in my opinion, again, I will say that try to feel it, experience yourself. Don't believe anything. Just do it, and you will see, you will, feel the differences. You will start living a different way, and that is the beauty on being more aware of your body, because everyone is a unique person, a unique universe that needs different things, right? As soon as you start breathing every single day, a daily dose, this is non-stop healing, non-stop health is amazing. Okay, Dustin, before we go, last words to say goodbye to the community.
Just encouraging everybody to keep on doing the work. We're making real changes here, real, actual, measurable changes every time you sit down and breathe. So keep on going with it. I know some days it's more difficult than others. I know I have that. But if you can just sit down and do one round of breath work, one round of hypoxia, the changes that you will experience in your life will be significant and will be beautiful. So thank you for showing up today to do this work, and keep on going. Cheers, everybody.
Keep on going. Just again, dance, breathe, smile, because even if you don't believe it, if you smile, you are actually activating the front part of your brain, telling your brain that you're happy. So the brain will produce oxytocin, dopamine, serotonin, endorphins. You will feel super activated and energized. So again, Dustin, this was amazing as usual. please go to the app. Monica, if you can share again the link to the app for people who are not yet in the community. I really encourage you to get there, because you will have live sessions with Dustin, for example, and other instructors, because we're very different and we do different things. Also, you will have a lot of audios that you can hear every single day. You will have, for example, breathwork for 5 minutes, breathwork for 20 minutes, breathwork for an hour, depending on what you need that day. So that is the best. It is, I don't want to say any brand, but it's like the SOMA Breath Netflix, SOMA Breath HBO, or SOMA Breath Disney, whatever you want to call it, right? It's a lot of things to do in the app, right? So again, Monica, thank you for being the backstage. Thank you, Dustin, for this amazing session again. Thank you. Can you say the name again of the book? Breathe, James Nestor, and the Oxygen Advantage. Oxygen Advantage. Patrick McKeon is the author of that book. It's more technical, but it's very good to read as well. And soon, I hope I will be able to share with you Niraj Naik book, where you will find much more science as well. So Dustin, thank you again for this beautiful session. I hope that everyone here is feeling much better. And we will see you next weekend. I think it's Piotr time. It will be with David and Chantal, the duo, the golden duo. So I will see you more in 2 weeks. For people in the app, see you tomorrow. I have a breathwork with you tomorrow, so see you there. Much love to everyone. Thank you, Dustin, again. That was amazing. Thank you, Monica. Thank you, beautiful community. I really love to be in these sessions. I think that community is so important. So just have a last look around of almost 43 people still here, sharing the energy and sharing the healing and sharing the breath. So much love to everyone. See you soon. Thank you, Dustin. Thank you, Monica. Goodbye. Have an amazing weekend. Bye-bye.